Are you in your 60s and thrown into the workforce again because your job was terminated? Well, guess what? Join me. I'm on that same trip. I'm currently picking up my friend to take her to an appointment, but I've been looking online through Indeed, LinkedIn, a whole bunch of places, and I have not had any luck whatsoever. Um, it seems like everybody wants somebody that's younger. I'm 63, and I know they probably look at my resume and look at my experience and say, "Ooh, this person must be old because she has so much experience." And they probably are saying, "Well, she's going to be retiring soon, so let's just take a pass on her," instead of looking at what I can offer, which is frustrating because, some of the youngins, they get the job and don't want to work. I'm not saying all, but some, and it's like the employer gets frustrated, but, that's the choice that they made. I've seen a lot of jobs that don't pay enough, for me to even be able to live on, minimum wage and things like that. And I have bills and responsibilities I have to pay, and take care of. But it's just like people, it's an ageism. That's what I'm going through right now, ageism, which is horrible. Whoever gets me is very lucky. This ageism is nothing to play with. It's sad, but it happens. That's actually what I feel like I'm going through right now. I've checked many places. I just recently went to a employment agency. I saw it online. I sent in my resume, and the person that got my resume saw all my experience, and she told me to call her first thing in the morning because I sent it in the evening. So I called this morning and spoke to the woman directly, who's over the agency. When I called, they said, if there's anything they can help me with, and I told her that she was the one that reached out to me, and that I would like to speak with her, and so they patched me into her, and I spoke with her and everything, and she was very down to earth, very nice lady. She said there was a position that I was very qualified for, and they would like to see it, like if I would be like a perfect fit. She was very honest with me and told me, I'm not going to lie to you, but she mentioned that the person was a very nice person, but sometimes, they go about yelling and things like that, and I really appreciated her honesty, and I told her I was very upfront with her too, and I told her, the older you get, the less you want to deal with like people like that, and I'm not, I can't, deal with somebody hollering at me and this and that, for no reason whatsoever, because, they have issues in their life. I'm too old for that, So we laughed about it, and she totally understood. And, she said, that type of person that in that position needs to have like thick skin, I have thick skin, but I don't tolerate, somebody talking to me any old way. That's not going to happen, and I'm not even going to put myself through something like that for a job. There's something out there for me, and I know there is, and I'm going to get it, and I'm going to find it. And whoever gets me is going to be very lucky. I know that sounds kind of, how do I word it? Not conceited, but I don't know how to explain the word I'm thinking of right now, but I'm just being real with it and honest. I have a lot to offer, and I'm dedicated, and I don't think my age should stop me from it. So, but anyhow, my phone keeps falling down because it's on a holder, and I'm having issues with my car. That's why it's kind of shaky, but I'm still doing this video because I know a lot of people are going through the same thing that I'm going through, which is ageism. So until the next video, this is Marty from Marty Travels. Peace.